Hey, well, hello. Welcome here. This is a little bit of a new setup for me, so please let me know how things are going. I got a little mic, kind of doing some arrangement in the back there, and in our new place. So sound off. Oh, John, thank you. Sound is on and is good. So I have Facebook live stream, YouTube live stream, and here. And so this is great. Hey, thank you all for joining on this Stars of Akarios live stream. Released a Kickstarter update, and um, I just kind of figured might as well do some Q&A. So feel free as you go, feel free to sound off in the comment section on either Facebook or YouTube. I'll be able to get that to you. And this is the surprise. We started shipping fulfillment today. Announcement stream, right? Doc, sorry. It's not, but it is for me. It's kind of like a, hey, surprise. I am finished kind of like a lot, most of like the big work. I'll tell you a little bit about what left I have to do. And I don't, my French isn't very good. So I don't even want to butcher and try to say what or just to respond to Elkev the Wanderer. So hey, thank you for joining. So hey, a couple things I want to share with you today. A little recap of the Kickstarter update, where we are. The progress, kind of the estimated timeline. Everything's a little bit in flux, obviously. I want to share with you a little bit about the neoprene mat and the journal. I'll give you a look at both of those things. I'll show you a couple updates on the progress pads. I know it's like really exciting, the progress pads, but I think they're kind of fun. I think they're kind of exciting. And so and then yeah, and as always, I'll be responding to questions as we go. So hey, let's just start with the Kickstarter update. You know, I have been locked in the zone. We have been locked in the zone here. Actually, we have a team that is just dedicatedly working. Dedicatedly, maybe that's a word. They've been working hard on Stars of Akarios, and I am so grateful for the team. Right now, the big piece that's, I guess there's two kind of pieces that are remaining. There's the 200-page scenario book, which it's gonna be like finished in one version, probably by the end of the weekend or beginning next week, and then we're gonna spend the rest of the month squashing bugs, because you know there's little gameplay bugs, little errors that will come up in a 200-page document that is like just given, just a given, and we're gonna get as many of those bugs as possible over this month. So we're our playtesters, diving into it. We'll be diving into it here as well, and then at the end of the month, we'll kind of I'll spend a month or a week kind of squashing the bugs and going hard at that, and then that will go to printers. So the next week, so there's the scenario book, and then let me just get some of my blue juice. There's the scenario book, and then there is the rule book, and the rule book is in a really good spot. I was kind of waiting a little bit for the scenario book, and I was like, you know what, I'll just go through the rule book again. But I've gone through the rule book so many times, I'm like, okay, where do I even go? And so I actually just went through the rule book backwards, and so I started at the end, and I made my way backwards, and it was good. I caught a few things that I missed before, moved a couple things around, and I was pretty happy with kind of where things are at with the rule book. And so Marv, our graphic designer who's working on that, will take care of the rule book next week. Just put in some of the final assets. We've been changing some of the assets, right? Just because there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that is kind of being worked on. So, all right, here's the. I've already spoke to a couple of these things on the timeline. In May, we have our debugging and editing phase, which is what's happening, and all. So the files that have yet to go to the printer are the progression pads and the small cards, because I'm just waiting on one piece, and the space exploration cards. So the world exploration and all of the kind of standard size cards have all gone to printers, and so we're really excited about that. And Gladys is asking if if you guys will get to see comment on the revised rulebook with the updated rules. Yeah, absolutely. I feel like we've been doing that all the way through. So we'll be posting that probably. My bet would be at the end of next week. And hey, we've been a community ran Kickstarter, really. Like as soon as we get something, I feed it to you, and you guys have been so responsive and on the ball, and I've been incredibly thankful for the feedback that I've received from you, like the team, the Akarios team. So we'll make sure to get that out to everyone at the end of next week. Look for probably a Kickstarter drop. Maybe I'll post something on Kickstarter, or sorry, not a Facebook drop. Maybe I'll post something on Kickstarter as well. And then, kind of once we're finished up the scenario book and the rule book, they'll get sent off to the translators, and we'll begin the translations. And we've already kind of begun the process of getting proofs back. And I walked you through. Oh, hey there. Just kind of breaking stuff. This is all new, and I'm used to speaking with my hands, and I guess I shouldn't be speaking with my hands so much. Sorry, let me just bring this down. There we go. So we've been getting a couple updates and different pieces from the printer. I'm just scooting my chair over. Okay, so here's the scenario book. Sorry, not the scenario book. The here's the neoprene map, and it will be. I believe it's coming actually in this box. So it's really it's just great. The map will come well equipped. Boom. So. This is the blank side. We're going darker. We're gonna go like mostly black. This is kind of like a dark blue, and kind of a dark blue. And we're like, you know what? Space is black, not blue. So we're gonna get this tweaked so it's black. And this I love this. Some of it might be like harder and a little bit more confusing because you're over the kind of some planets, but I think I'm gonna choose to play on this side when I'm playing. We'll see. Maybe we'll mix it up. It probably depends on how busy the set gets. It might be strange having asteroids kind of on top of the planet on the neoprene mat. Oh, I don't know who that is on YouTube, but hey, they're from the EU. Hello. And yeah, improving the set. It's, little bit by little bit. I have some posters that I need to hang, and I actually want to paint this. But hey, one thing at a time. Kev is asking, regarding the rulebook, have you tried having someone completely new to SOA read through it? You know what? I'm trying to think of the last. We had a whole set of playtesters. I think at the beginning of February, go through it, and they were completely fresh. And that's something I am going to just make a note of, Kev. So thanks for that. Oh yes, actually, I do have someone lined up. I was wondering. I have that lined up, that someone completely fresh is going to go through it and is going to learn the game. So yeah, that's great. I'm just making a note. Thank you. Okay, John on Facebook. Loving the miniatures and excited to paint them. awesome. What made you go with E-Star for the minis? The problems with E-Star is that they melt weapons into the body part, so it looks as if the hand and the handle are one and not separate. Either way, I'll still love the minis that you guys will receive. King of Average did a video to show a side-by-side comparison between E-Star and another miniature printing company. Okay, John, link that video, or more than just linking the video, I would actually love to know what the company was. Let me just get a couple of the miniatures. 1 second. I'm getting some miniatures with guns because I wonder if that was a problem with the actual miniatures and not a well, maybe. Because so you can see this is Violet Ray. And it doesn't look like the Violet Ray is really small and dainty. Like, I got small hands, guys. And it doesn't look melted into the gun. I've been nothing but impressed with E-Star's miniatures. Okay, so you can see Garridian's got like they're holding, and you can actually see the detail on the hand that's holding the club. This is kind of a weird angle. Okay, so Starla. Same thing with Starla. Like, these are fine details. You can see the hand, and maybe I'm not 100% sure what you're talking about, John. But I've been impressed with. Here's Dusty. I'm just holding Dusty by the head with their miniature, like high. At least in my opinion, high quality miniatures. But hey, maybe there's something else that I'm missing. I would love to hear that. Okay, so showed the mat. That is looking great. We're getting a new kind of revision. And then this is kind of like I'm not 100% sure, but this is like a little fun surprise. So here's the journal, and the journal it's like kind of like a smaller pocket book. For some reason I don't know, it's a little bit smaller than I intended, but I actually love the size. So I'm a big journaler. So usually I use like just a classic moleskin is what I'm doing. And so here's the embossed, you can see that, right? It's really, really cool. I think they advertised this microphone as ASMR. So, anyways, okay. So the journal, kind of a neat little add-on, and kind of, I think, a fun thing. And this goes into Onizazen. Sorry, I butchered your YouTube username. How soon after this ships will you work on a sequel? I was actually thinking that I would do sequel ideas, and I have a bunch already, but I would kind of work on the sequel with this journal. I don't know. There's something fitting about that. I was gonna use it for a different game, but just thinking right now that it would be great to actually work on the sequel with the Stars of Akarios journal. As far as to answer how long after, it'll be a bit. There's a couple other games that are in the pipeline. First, that have not received the attention that they've required the past number of months. Really, the past 5 months. I've been full-time Akarios for I don't know, 16 months now. But full-time would range from kind of 30 to 40 hours a week. And the past the past whatever 5 months, it's been like minimum 40 to like a lot, 440 to a lot of hours a week on Akarios, because it's been go. Been wanting to pump it, and so I'm really excited at the point we're at, and I'm excited for Stars of Akarios to join the games back here. Last One Standing and Battle Bears, which just kind of repurposed some Last One Standing. I didn't actually really work on very much, but it's fun to have my name on it, and I'm really looking forward to Stars of Akarios. It will maybe collapse the shelf because it is so heavy. As far as to answer your question about how long after, I don't know. I think I would love to do a Kickstarter in 2022. What year are we in? 2021. Yeah. So we only have like a couple thousand copies extra, like 2,000 copies extra. We printed a print run of 10,000 copies. And I think we're going to sell out of that by Christmas. And so then the plan, my hope would be to go back to Kickstarter for a kind of like a second edition. We'll tweak stuff a little bit as needed, right? We're polishing this game, but in a game that is as big as this, with as much content as this, there's going to be stuff that just going to get tweaked, right? There's going to be balance things, combos, and a bunch of stuff. So it's really yeah. And then the expansion. Anyways, we'll get there. So Neoprene Rat, the journal. Oh yeah, the progress pads. Okay, here we go. Let's start with the squad progress pad. Okay, yeah, here's my technology. So here's the kind of updated squad progress pad. Couple things that are new. Well, really just one. They're not pilot names. You're not going to name the pilots because they already have names, but you are getting there's call signs, right? So you get to name the pilots, kind of give them a unique nickname. And then this is kind of the new addition, and I think it's a fun one. I lifted it right from, I forget which video game, but it's bolster boost. And basically the idea is every time you fail a scenario, you get to scratch in one of those bolster boost icons. And then at the beginning of the next space combat scenario, you add in a ×2 bolster card into your modifier deck. Basically what this means is that it's, if it kind of helps if you've been failing a lot, this helps you kind of catch up to hopefully win a scenario. So it's just a little bit of an extra. If you fail, you get your bolster boost. So that's cool. It's something I wanted to share with the squad. And then we had the new pilot progression sheets, which have a couple things. There's some arrows in between the unlocks, which hopefully kind of clears up some of the direction. And then there's kind of these two small hexes beside each of the ship upgrades. And basically, we've allowed it so that players can purchase 2 ship upgrades per ship that they have. And these ship upgrades are used kind of to, obviously to increase the ship. Whoa! Look at that! I'm finding an error on the ship upgrades. Dan, if you're watching this, we need to adjust the ship abilities. These should have little ship icons and not the pilot skill icons. I don't know if Dan's watching this, but I'm gonna send him a message. And actually, just a second, let me write this down. This is why we get all these print copies. We haven't even sent these for proofing yet. Ship ability icon on pilot progression pad is incorrect. Okay, there we go. Oh, and then I think trauma used to have 5 slots. We've reduced it to 3 slots now. Andrew Miller is asking, interested to see the bolster boost mechanic. Is it just 1 times 2 for one scenario and it's discarded when drawn? Yes, exactly. And it resets at the... Oh, and sorry, you erase one. Here we go. When you successfully complete a scenario, you erase all of your bolster boost icons, so then you get no bonuses. But yeah, these are the ones that are discarded when drawn. Those are the bolster ×2 modifier cards. Bolster boost. Yep. So that's a couple of the new things, and really I am going to jump on the scenario book pretty soon here. Followed by next week will be a little bit chill for me. I'm going to take just take a little bit of time off as we coordinate towards the end here. And oh yeah, and then just maybe a little update on the app. So the app is kind of in a holding pattern right now. It's looking really good. It's at a good spot. Most of the programming is finished. It mostly just needs content uploaded, which we couldn't do until our scenario book was finished, and we needed content uploaded. Yeah, and just kind of the final assets, right? We just wanted to not do any more work on the app, but the program is finished, and so I think it'll just be a couple months. Hopefully, we'll be able to drop it in the summer, and people can start kind of creating their own custom scenarios, uploading them, just messing around on the app. I think it's going to be a really neat way that people can share creations. Like you can make a whole campaign if you want. You can kind of have your stories, link them all together, and just have a lot of fun. Hey, so this is great. Thanks for joining me. This was fun for me to kind of try out my new setup here, and we're gonna kind of continue. I'm gonna continue kind of live streaming with Akarios as we go, probably every other week or every couple weeks, just to keep everyone updated, especially as we get prototype copies in and different. We'll do unboxings. We'll do all the fun stuff. So hey, thanks for joining, and I hope you have a great rest of your week.